This is Optimal Work Daily, episode 1405. Constructive Criticism is a Sign of Your Potential by Olabode Anise with tinybuddha.com. And I'm Dan, I'm your personal narrator, and we're going to get right to our post now for this Monday as we optimize your life. Constructive Criticism is a Sign of Your Potential by Olabode Anise with tinybuddha.com. Quote, "Criticism is something you can easily avoid by saying nothing, doing nothing, and being nothing." End quote. Aristotle. Like a lot of kids, I grew up watching sports. Every Sunday afternoon, our family would gather around the big screen TV to watch the Pittsburgh Steelers play. As a result, I began to idolize some of my favorite players and wanted to play the sport that brought them such fame. But little did I know that the coaching would be so brutal. In middle school, I went out for the football team, wanting to earn the privilege of wearing the glorious hoodies that only the athletes were allowed to wear. I was fortunate to be among the ones who would survive tryouts and was even given the opportunity to start at strong safety and tight end. Being a seventh grader starting at two positions would mean my coach would also have the opportunity to coach me up on both sides of the field. The week before the first game, the head coach just kept barking at me. Either my routes weren't crisp enough, I didn't hold my block long enough, or should have recognized the situation faster to make a better defensive play. No matter what I was doing, it just wasn't enough to meet his high standards. I may never in the rest of my entire life amass as many push-ups as I had to do that week. Moreover, I remember walking to the car with my head hanging, as if it weighed as much as a ton of bricks, and my dad asking what was wrong. I vented about how my coach was riding me more than the other players and that it was messing with my confidence. My dad began to tell me that it was a good thing that he was coaching me so hard. He said, "When people stop giving you constructive criticism, they've most likely given up on you." I took my dad's words of wisdom and went into the next practices assured that my coach was merely trying to make me the best player possible because I had the potential to do better than what I was currently doing. Receiving criticism is one of the hardest things to do. You are constantly considering if the person who uttered the words is trying to help you or if he or she is merely trying to put you down. It's also so easy to internalize everything someone tells you, and that is perhaps the biggest mistake that could be made. At that point, what someone has said is holding more weight than what you believe about yourself. No one's words should ever be so powerful that you begin to doubt who you believe you are as a person. As an 18-year-old, I'm quite sensitive to the critiques I receive about any part of my life. A lot of the time, I feel like I just know better and that I can handle myself. Moreover, if I needed help, I would ask for it. It also doesn't help that there are many immature people who are always offering their 2 cents. However, I've realized that you begin to receive more criticism when you are active. It is equivalent to how we treat celebrities and athletes. Every move they make is critiqued, regardless if it is good or bad. If you are to make an impact, you are going to have those who will be critical of the decisions that you make. Not many people care about the actions of those who aren't making meaningful moves. So the question is, would you rather receive no criticism because there isn't anyone who cares, or be someone who is actually doing something people care to comment on? Theodore Roosevelt once said, quote, "It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and comes short again and again. Because there is not effort without error and shortcomings. But who does actually strive to do the deed? Who knows the great enthusiasm, the great devotion, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least he fails while daring greatly." End quote. I don't think it could be uttered more eloquently than our 26th president did. The act of trying is sometimes so undervalued in a society that is based on results. Everyone thinks they should add their judgments if the expected result isn't produced. Some don't believe they should even try if they don't think they're guaranteed to succeed and they may have to deal with critical comments. But I would like to offer my rebuttal that no one was ever great without receiving judgments and criticism. And if we choose to, we can see those words as compliments. If people are talking about you, odds are you're doing something right. You just listened to the post titled, "Constructive Criticism is a Sign of Your Potential" by Olabode Anise with tinybuddha.com. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Do you ever find yourself getting caught up in comparison, seeing the successes of others and wishing your life looked the same? If so, then you know how difficult it can be to manage these feelings. Therapy can help you focus on what you want instead of what others have, so you can start living your best life. And therapy is for everyone. Even if you haven't experienced major trauma, it's a great place to learn positive coping skills, boundary setting, and personal empowerment, which can have an amazing impact on both your personal and professional life. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Stop comparing and start focusing with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/workdaily today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/workdaily. We're driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites. One of the things I love about Indeed is that it filters out incompatible applicants. So when you're hiring, the process is much faster, and you only have to consider applicants that are already likely to be a great fit. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/startup. So just go to Indeed.com/startup right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/startup. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed. And thank you not just to today's author, Olabode, but also to Lori, who runs Tiny Buddha, for letting us share this content. Tiny Buddha has been helping people heal, grow, and find peace since 2009. The site features stories and insights from people of all ages from all over the globe. For daily wisdom, you can follow Tiny Buddha on Twitter and Facebook @TinyBuddha and Instagram @TinyBuddhaOfficial, or subscribe to the blog at tinybuddha.com/list. Also, be sure to check out Tiny Buddha's Inner Strength Journal, creative prompts and challenges to help you get through anything, and that is available on Amazon. Content from Tiny Buddha is also featured across pretty much all of our podcasts. So again, a big thank you to Lori, and please do come by tinybuddha.com to show her some support and to get a lot more great content. Okay, that is going to do it for me today. I thank you so much for being a subscriber or follower, and have yourself a great day out there. And of course, come on back tomorrow for another post, and that is where your optimal life awaits.